Well, hello again. How's everybody doing? It is Valerie. I am Valerie, and this is Illumination Portal. And here's our heart. That's what your portal is, your heart. When I say Illumination Portal, we're illuminating your heart. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I've ever explained it before, but that was my intention, was to definitely remind everyone to love and accept themselves. That's like the basics of this awakening, of being a light worker, love worker, energy worker. Create that foundation. Love yourself. Put your hand on your heart for 3 breaths. Let's do that. And I tell myself I love myself. And I ground down into Mother Earth to the core, and I see a big crystal in the core, and it connect up to my spirit team. And my spirit team's name is Sparkly. So it's the whole team I address. And some people are probably good at, individuals. I'm not. I need to speak to one person, one entity, my higher self. Um, but I have dragons, angels. We all have that, and we all connect to our team members in different ways, right? So we connect up. I see an infinity symbol. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Mother, Father, God, Sparkly, and Nana, Merlin, Buddy, Charlie, Todd, Lily, Freya, all guides, guardians, angels, elementals, all beings of the highest vibration of unconditional love and truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please show me my next best step. And I do that all throughout the day whenever I feel a drop in the energy or, can feel things coming in. And today, what's today? Today is October 15th. So October 13th was when Pluto stationed direct. Pluto in Aquarius stationed direct. What does that mean? Well, when Pluto's retrograde or any planet's retrograde, they're going back and they're reviewing and they're trying to figure out what it is that has brought them back to review, right? Um, so, and these things usually we don't know that immediately. In some cases we do, but we, it may take, some hindsight, 2020 hindsight, or how they say that. I can't even think of the statement. But anyway, we're looking back and saying, so this has been since May. So what have you been working on since May? And it's deep, Pluto is about transformation, death, and rebirth. It's like transform or die, But he doesn't do that to be mean. He's just not, he's like, it's time to change. Let's do it. You know it's time to change. I know it's time to change. But it's for us to be in our authenticity, our integrity. That's what Pluto wants. So if you're out of alignment on that, that's where he gets really, mm, it's time to make changes, right? And in Aquarius, it's about the collective, the people, freedom, everybody having a seat at the table, everybody having their freedoms and their rights, right? And we can see that there's a lot of that trying to be um, distorted, removed on all fronts. We've just been hit in the last 9 months an unbelievable amount of uh, power grabbing going on. But that Pluto in Aquarius is saying The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, well, we had Pluto in Capricorn. Right before that was the American Revolution and the French Revolution. So 248 years ago, we were fighting for our independence, right? Well, here we are again, and it's coming up in a different way. It's coming up under different, circumstances, but it's still coming up. The cool thing is Pluto is what's called out of bounds, which means he's not in his traditional alignment degree-wise to the sun. So he's in the south declination. There's the south and the north. And the south, last time that was in that happened was during the French and American Revolution. The last time it was in the north declination was in around the 30s, where we were about to start World War II, right before World War II and all that. And a lot of dictators, a lot of suppression of humanity was coming in. And they did, take power, basically. They might have called it something else, but there was a lot of dictators and there was a lot of grabbing of power. Well, we see the power grabbing now, but it's in a self-declination. And that's usually in favor of the people, of freedom, of, to me, there's nothing more important than freedom. And here we are at the end of these ages, and we're in this chaos period, and the freedom is really on the line. And I mean, we're not going back. We're not going to give up our freedoms. I don't think. On the 18th, we have No Kings protests, and that's worldwide now. Because there's too many countries, leaders trying to grab power. I always wondered why we needed leaders to begin with. Like, why don't we have a council of elders, somebody who has some sense? We put these people in here who have, they don't want anything. Like, Trump didn't want anything. He doesn't want to help anybody. He wanted to take all the money and the power and the toys, and we got the best toys in the United States military, and use it for his benefit and take everything away from the people, and never ever says anything about, oh, well, I'm going to help you out in this way or that way. There's no help. And he's made in 9 months he's made a lot of money, and he made his friends a lot of money. That's all kind of going to change, though, under these next year or two, where it's not so much about the materialistic part of life anymore. It's about us retaining our freedoms and our rights and creating the new earth. Right? What does that look like? That's what we're here to talk about. I'm sorry I took the long way. But let's see. Okay, we connect to our team. Every time I connect to my team, I'm always, and when I breathe in my heart, and then I breathe out and I see this gold bubble, and it wraps down into Mother Earth and up into my team. And every time pretty much I breathe in, I see gold sparkly light, and it's what I do. I just constantly am grounded, checking my energy fields. It's not because I'm in fear, but it is to keep them clean. If I feel anything, because there's a lot of spicy energy everywhere. You go to the store, you go to a class, you go to, I don't know, anywhere, shopping. Anything can hijack, energetically. We got to keep energetic hygiene, is what I'm trying to say. And how do you do that? You just take a couple deep breaths, feel your vicinity. Hold a crystal. you know, clear or a black one. And you just say, I am guided, guarded, and protected. My energy is clean. And so it is. When we speak to these ethers, right? Because this is all creation around us. And we're the spark of the divine. Anything that with life in them, with a heart and a soul, is a spark of the divine. And you have a lot of power just by the way you speak to this energy, into this energy. I speak, I am free. That is my biggest thing. I am in peace. I am unconditional love and truth. I am authentic. And I just stick with this basic, right? Because that's the foundation you want. I know I know this. If there's anything that I require throughout the day, my team will bring it to me. It's just there. Um, it's weird. You just randomly think of something and it shows up, or I don't even. It's just there. You're just guided. You are literally guided, guarded, and protected, and you're taken care of. Once you believe that, you believe you create your reality. You're the one who gets to speak what that is to you, what matters to you into existence. What matters to me is freedom and peace and authenticity and those things, and I always am grateful. I say thank you for every moment of my existence. Thank you for always covering my resources, or how do I say it? Say it a different way. Thank you for for covering all the resources I require to thrive every day. These are just those things I say while I'm waking up or going to bed. Let's see what else we have. I can feel the energy. It's a little spicy out there today. It's getting a little intense, but it's going to, right? It's going to. The chaos is going to ensue. The old is going to dissolve. But as the old is dissolving, the new is being created. And this is kind of the important part for all of us to remember. Yeah, we're watching the old, the destruction of the old. It's like literally eating itself. Capitalism, patriarchy, imbalance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And we got to bring that back in to the ethers, to where we are to create this new earth. Where does that start, though? Inside of us. So I claim we had earlier this year, we had Venus and Mars going through retrogrades and being restructured. Right? So they've already did their work. We're doing that within us, where balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I'll get into that another time. We will get into it, but what's important today is Mercury is in Scorpio. So this is all we ingest, like media-wise, information-wise, is coming in, and we're scrutinizing it under the Scorpio. Under Scorpios, they see everything, and they're the best researchers and the best detectives. So when we're in a Mercury where all the information coming in is very, and it is volatile out there today, especially. Mercury went into Scorpio on that last full moon in Aries. Is that it? Yeah. And that was, I can't remember what day that was. It just date time doesn't even seem real anymore. On the 6th. So he and Mars are both in Scorpio, and they're really close together, and they will be conjunct on the new moon in Libra on the 21st. And there's a lot of comet stuff involved now too. So, and the comet stuff is cool. It's bringing in a higher frequency. It's helping us raise in frequency, which is what we were born to do. We came in here to raise the frequency from the inside out. And as the old life negating systems are dissolving, we're creating new life affirming structures to enhance new earth, right? But it takes time, and this is the worst part. I would say this last October, November, December, January. It's going to be. I don't know really what it's going to be. I know that we need to ground and stay within our heart, focus on what it is we prefer, not get sucked into the sound bites, because they're experts at that, and staying into your, it's really, it's a choice, we fear or love. And once you dial in back into the fear, back out of the fear into the love, you choose that frequency. Okay, now what can I do? There's some days where I got to keep telling myself, I love my children, I love my pets, I love Mother Earth, and just keep thank you, just to get me out of the hole, But it's important I choose love in every moment that I can, I don't like to go to bed like in fear. I don't want to wake up in fear. And I do get that. I don't know if any of you get that, where you wake up and it's kind of like you're about to have a panic attack. That was something that plagued me my whole life. And I'm like, no, I know Mother Earth loves me, or I'll just, and I can feel her hugging me. So it's like whatever helps you relax into the moment is what we are guided to do. What else do I have on here? Because we are here to liberate each other. We are here to walk each other home. We're remembering who we are. All of us are not even turned all the way on yet. We're remembering, and light switches are flicking on, but we don't have the full picture just yet, because the frequency is still staticky. The higher in frequency you go, the more that you're going to remember, oh yes, it is easy just to be and thrive. We've been disconnected from that for a very long time, so it takes a lot to remember that we have to be patient, one, but that there's more to us. And as long as you're in your heart and you're authentic and you're, doing your best in the moment, that's all that's required. You don't have to do anything other than that. It's not like we are all here to save the world. We're all sparks of the divine. We're columns of we're light columns. We're like, what are they called? Lighthouses. And we're all throughout the world. And the lighthouses are going, they're turning up and turning up. The light is turning up and up and up, and it's raising the frequency. And that's how we are getting into the new era, the new earth, and the higher frequencies. Now, with Mercury in Scorpio and Mars in Scorpio, because Mars will say, okay, let's go do this thing. might be challenging for you. Maybe it was something you were afraid to do. Whatever. Mars will give you that extra courage to be you, to do it in Scorpio. Scorpios are fearless, I want to say. So with that Mercury in Scorpio, with hearing things, it also gives you the advantage of really out creating the lower frequency, the negative, the life negating stuff. It's like we have this. How would you say? Like you can play chess better. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's you have that ability to tap into the wisdom of the truth and being authentic, being in an authentic truth that gives you the advantage to go, okay, so if I have an issue with Mercury in Scorpio, while Mercury's in Scorpio right now, I can usually handle it and I can come up with viable solutions all the way around and in the highest vibration of unconditional love and truth, always. And then Mercury, I think it's toward the day the sun goes into Scorpio, which is the 22nd, I think 22nd or 23rd, will be the day. No, sorry, I take that back. On the 29th, Mercury will go into Sagittarius, and he'll go a little ways, and then he's going to stop and retrograde back into Scorpio. So there's going to be something that we review of this time period within the next month or two. So definitely with our politics, definitely with that kind of stuff. That's everything's like being set on fire right now. So in your own life, try to see what that is, what is coming in for you on the mental plane. Mercury is the mental plane. Mars is the physical plane. And remember that Pluto is direct now and it's still out of bounds. And that's going to happen every fall for like 6 weeks every fall, that south declination until 2030. This is all for the people. It just takes little time. I just feel, though, I've always had this feeling, once we get to a certain frequency, because we are stabilizing a little more, stabilizing a lot more, I should say, into the higher realms than we used to. And as we do that, now I just squirrel brain. I don't even know what I was going to say. All right. Well, let me see what else I got up here. Remember, I know this is a hard one. I mean, a lot of us got on this journey because we were, sick, very sick, have something wrong with us, challenges of all sorts, but definitely health challenges. With that health, there's a lot of healing going on because we have Chiron. We got some really cool things going on with this, where your health is, basically tell yourself you're healed. I'm healed and whole. I'm healthy, wealthy, and wise. I don't know. You could say anything. I'm healed and whole. I'm healed and whole. That one always works for me. It's important to speak those things to ourselves, because if we sit here and we say every day, I'm really sick, and I know I've been there. I know what you're saying. But until I said I was healed, I didn't say I was healed. I kept saying I was sick, and I was. And it's frequency. It's all frequency. And if I wish I could explain it better, I'm trying to do my best. So that frequency level, once we get to a higher frequency, I think this is what they wanted to bring in. it just, everything is smoother. But right now we're in this static, and it's like you can see it. It's staticky and it's gray and it's, spicy. It's like a storm, but we can rise above the storm. We can jump above that frequency. We just have to remember not to let the frequency take us down with it, and stop and just put your hand on your heart and say, okay, hold on. Let me regroup myself. Let me realign myself, and let's get above this lower frequency. And I don't mean lower, higher, like a judgment thing. It's not. One is very spicy and it's very uncomfortable, and the higher you go in the frequency, it's more comfortable. That's just the truth of it. Um, but I did want to kind of reiterate all that stuff. I guess I'll do that every couple of weeks. And if anyone, please leave messages in the comments or email me what you would like to talk about, because I just feel like it's important to come on every couple of weeks, remind us that we're going into the new earth. What does that look like to you? Let's talk about things, if whatever might be concerning you. If I can help, I would love to. Um, and also, I would like to know if you would like me to go live or do these recordings. Um, I feel we need to, check in with each other these next few months. And, I'll be on with Kaylee every Friday for Fearless Friday. I'll be on for the new moons and full moons with Diana. And I'm on with Allie on the 24th. And Sherry, Voices from the Swamp, next month on the 15th. Diane and I will be with her. And so, yeah, and Diana's doing a lot of different things. And we're all trying to stay focused in what it is that our teams are encouraging us to play with, right? Because let's face it, this has been a hard, tough journey where there was a lot of healing involved. It might still be. When is the last time we played? Really, we got to think. We got to switch the mindset of always in pain, always struggling, always healing, always, everything's very serious, I'm losing things, because I lost everything a couple of times in the last 20 years. But, that I see why now, but you don't know that at the time. It's not, it's not fun. But it is to help crack us open, wake us up. Really take the fears out of us is really what whole journey is about. Because you can't have any fear. You got to face them all. And you got to go strong against any, there's a lot of things that want to take the joy out of a light worker, love worker, energy worker, or an empath, or a sensitive person. And yeah, that stuff's it's got to be healed from within, any of those fears. So there we go again. The choices in every moment, fear or love. Well, it seems like I've been rambling on, but just please leave me any ideas or comments if you have anything that you prefer. I will certainly love to connect in any way that you all would like to. Whether you like live or recorded, let me know. And I love you. And be tough for this. Be strong for this week. I was getting this one last thing. I think this is the week where things kind of, and we're going to have to be strong for each other and for humanity. And I think, when you see the people protesting and people going up against ICE, and they're just beautiful souls. I mean, not fighting, not causing any trouble. And now this regime is trying to name us Antifa. It's so ironic that we're dealing with narcissists, gaslighters, but that's what they do, right? And you can let it infuriate you, like I do sometimes, or you know that they're they're sparking it because it's going to blow. It's been under pressure for a very long time. I feel like this is the week it's going to blow, and I just want everyone to stay safe, stay um, stay in your heart, be the love you are, and just the only thing we could do is send it all love, send it all love. The old earth taught us a lot too. It's just it's time to level up into the new earth, and whether that uh, those who want us to stay in the old earth want to hold us back from raising in frequency, it doesn't matter. They don't have that power, you know. So, and we're very patient, and we're very. I'm really grateful for every moment of the journey. It's just been crazy. Can't even really explain it and express it in the correct words. When I talk to you all understand because you've been through it. That's why I love this community so much, because it's really uh, not an easy thing to explain to people who haven't been through it. But what's today? Today's Wednesday, so I will see you Friday with Kaylee. Don't see what's going on there. Um, Out in the world, is what I mean. But definitely come by and see Kaylee and I will be doing readings on Friday at 6. Oh, and I'll be with Sun Psychic Jean at 3 p.m. Eastern on Friday, too. So, 2 shows on Friday. I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay in your heart, and be the love you are, and I will see you soon.